All right, guys, let's get right into this one. You see me talk about these little guys all the time. I carry them in most of my kits. I have them in this. I have another video with these showcasing them. The empty ones. These are the larger ones. These are $6, $7 or whatever on Amazon. But I cannot express enough how cool these things are. You know, these are lip balm containers. That's what they're called. I got most of these here at a Natural Grocers in my hometown. But really, you can fit 3 or even 6. You can fit 3 across the bottom and 3 on top of this. It kind of takes up all the space of an Altoid tin. But in many of the urban prepping videos that you see out there, or shout out to Urban Prepper, but in many of the Altoid videos that you see out there, you will see these little tins inside, you know, to keep things nice and organized. And honestly, I can't say how awesome it is to have really nice organization. You know, even if you don't put them in your Altoid tins, you can still include these inside a medical kit. You can even make a little keychain, you know, that has one of these on there just for emergency situations. And I really suggest, you know, picking up a dozen of these guys, you know, and keeping them around, you know. I mean, things like spool. And I'm going to have individual videos for each of these. Some of them I've already talked about and I'll go over really quickly. But, you know, right here, for instance, a little micro library, you know, and I have an SD card reader that has, you know, 120 something gigabytes micro SD card attached to it. It's got this little sheath, fits nice and snug inside one of those. And then here, I made a little pouch for my little, check that out. Those little pouches are so cool. It's made out of a straw, sealed up both ends, and then, you know, just slid it so it has. But I got, you know, 264 gigabytes micro SD cards. And okay, so you have to know, I don't actually use these in a kit. I don't keep this. I just put it in there because it looked cool. It looks all spy-like, you know, and it's kind of hard to do this on camera. I created these little, look at this little pillowcase. That's awesome. I love that. You know, but, you know, 4 of those, 4 micro SD cards with a micro SD reader that has another one inside of it. And there you go. You have your own personal library of infinite knowledge, you know, anything you want, secured nice inside of a little tin, you know, goes right in there. You know, a spool kit. You know, I'll go over these a little bit more in depth, you know, in another video because I want to actually show you exactly what they are. And you won't even believe how much is on these spools. You know, I had my, in my original kits, I had the straw with the needle inside wrapped around, you know, fishing line wrapped around the straw and all that stuff, you know, and I found a much easier way to do it. You know, same thing with this right here. I'll get to this into another video. That'll be in the spool video also. You know, but this is a whole complete micro kit for all sorts of goodies. You know, I can't stress enough of fire kits. You know, you should always carry a fire kit wherever you go. You know, it doesn't matter. You know, you never know when you're going to need a lot of fire. You know, even if it's realistically, guys, if you're a woman, you know, and something's going down, if you get kidnapped or something like that, keep a fire kit, set someone's car on fire, you know, set a house on fire, you know, do something, you know, to, I know that's really extreme and I went really dark really fast, you know, but carrying a fire kit with you at all times, a lighter, you know, a lighter can replace a lot of that stuff, but, you know, when you're in a situation of survival, a fire is a very important thing to have, you know, it's or have access to, you know, and I'll get into that kit here shortly too. I covered this guy in another video when I was talking about the cards that I bought on Amazon. You know, I decided to throw that in here just to show you that you can carry a bunch of stuff, especially these little flat tools, you know. This could be literally like 60 different fishing hooks. You know, it can be 100 plus needles, you know, which can be turned into fishing hooks. It can turn into traps. You know, this thing has, you know, spearheads. You know, it has, you know, that's an arrow tip. You know, those are, you know, spear tips for making spears, like, you know, self-explanatory, I guess. But inside there's also little saws, you know, that you can tie to a stick. Lots of fishing hooks in there, you know, traps, needle tools, just really cool. And all inside of a little tiny tin, you know. And then, of course, I'll get to these in the next video. Just because I crammed a lot of tools inside of this little guy, and I'm pretty excited to show you, you know. And then your fire kit. I'll get into that in another video also. See, I just pushed that thing around. But another thing, but literally all inside of here, you know, it's super nice. This right here is a nice little thing just to keep with you. You know, I have a multi-kit right here. You know, I use it for storage, you know, just to hold them, you know, because I keep these in individual tins too. I actually have these in other Altoid kits that I have built, but I just decided to put them in here for the video. But check that out, you know, it fits nice and snug. The big guys, you know, I showed this in another video already, you know, but, you know, these are much larger. They're larger than these ones. You know, they're substantially larger, you know, fit more goods. You know, you can fit 3 directly across in this little guy. You know, it's fastened to the top there, you know, so you still have enough space for a kit. You know, you open that up, you have access to your pharmacy, you have access to your electronics, you have access to your fishing line, you know, like everything you would need, just, you know, right there, one of these little things. You don't have it just cluttered around inside of your tin. You know, if you're going to go this route, you know, they're small enough, secure enough to sit directly inside a kit, you know, a 4 across, you know, or a 4 inside this bottom here, you know, nice and snug. Look at that. That's sweet. Still flat right across the surface there. So, oh, too big. All right, well. Might as well show you ferrocerium rods. Ferrocerium rods, like whatever. They're light strikers. They just kind of made a guest appearance. But I have a video with this, but you know, literally straight across, flat. You know, nice, all the way straight across there. It's not beveled. It's not, you know, bulging out anywhere. You know, you even have enough space in there to add, you know, a pin. You know, a knife. You know, like these are awesome tools. I'm showcasing these. I'm not gonna go on my tangent about how awesome this soap carrier is, but realistically, guys, keeping these little tins is just, they're cool, you know. And I like seeing people create innovative ways of how much crap they can cram inside of these things, you know, because realistically, like there's a lot of things that you can put in here and you'd be surprised at it, you know. But I wanted to take a moment to just, you know, kind of give a shout out to these things. They're really cool. They're awesome for the hobby, you know, and I'm going to get into some of these kits now.